De la right, my MVVs, welcome.
Report has it that, Eboni's family brought a Flywhisk of forgiveness to the great lion, begging for final forgiveness. They say it is called Erukere, okay? They brought it to beg for final forgiveness for their daughter. Yes, that is the best that you can use to ask a king for forgiveness and for peace. People are saying what is humbling that family so much right now is this Aşųn Okůnkuñ or Aşųn Okòkùn, that health issues that families are beginning to have, especially those who have been against the return of the jewel. Okay, that said, that has humbled a lot of families. People are scared because they don't want anything of such to come close to them. If the information is correct, they said Eboni's family have come begging, as in that in so much humility, like right now they are submitting completely to the great lion. Now they Erukere, also called the royal Flywhisk, is not an ordinary object in Yoruba tradition. It is a sacred symbol of authority, kingship, and respect. In the palace of the great lion, the Erukere is more than a ceremonial accessory. It represents the voice and weight of tradition, the staff of peace, and the hand of forgiveness. Every Yoruba man and woman who understand the depth of culture knows that when a family presents the Erukere before a king, it is not just a gift, it is a deep plea, a surrender, and acknowledgement of the king's divine authority. Now, to understand why Eboni's family used the Erukere in their appeal, you have to see how it works in Yoruba history and custom. They say the Erukere is crafted with horse hair, usually white or black, attached to a handle that can be made of wood, brass, or even ivory. It is traditionally used by kings, chiefs, and priests. You will see it in the hand of the great lion during festivals, meetings, or moments of spiritual significance. Whenever the Erukere is lifted, it speaks louder than what it says here. Stands power. Here stands the one who holds the authority of the ancestors. It is also believed to carry spiritual energy, a connection to the unseen, and it is also used in prayers, blessings, or declaration of peace. Now they say in Eboni's case, after the calamity of Aşųn Okòkùñ struck, her family found themselves humbled and desperate. The ailment and its spreads were not ordinary. It was a spiritual sickness, the type that defied medicine and left people in fear. The whisper in Ife became clear until, the jewel returns. There is absolutely nothing that can be done. They've had consultations here and there. People have been begging and all of that. Nothing has changed. And so finally, Eboni's family realized that, look, if we continue in this trajectory, if we don't find a soft landing for ourselves and our daughter right now, it's not something you use muzzle to do. It's not something you use, power to do. Right now, we have to walk, the way that we should work spiritually as a family. They said they had to come with that Erukere. They said when Eboni's family entered the palace with Erukere, they were not just carrying horse tail tied to a, to anything, a situation. They were carrying an old-age language of the Yoruba people, presenting the Erukere to the great lion meant we are laying down our pride, we are submitting our daughter and ourselves to your mercy. We are giving back to you what belongs to the king. We accept your authority over us. That act was deliberate in Yoruba culture. When they hand over the Erukere to a king, you are saying the matter is no longer in your hand, it is in his. It was a sign of total surrender. Now, one of the biggest mistakes that they made was, causing that altercation between Eboni and Blow again. The Great Lion gave an order, gave an instruction on who was supposed to attend represent him in the coronation of Oluibadan. They sat down, they had this meeting without the consent of the Great Lion, and they decided that out of their daughters, the suitable person was Eboni, okay? And Ebony's, Blow's gate, they are saying that the reason why Ebony's family made that decision is because they felt like Ebony has continuity. So what is the meaning of that? Ebony has a child already for the Great Lion. Ebony stands a better chance. Ebony is more important than Blow in the scene of things and all of that. And Blow's family, they are not taking that lightly. It is causing a whole lot of problems. That is why you see that when you looked around during the celebration, Blow was very scanty because she's been very, very upset over what has been going on. Ebony is strong because she comes from a very strong lineage. They are standing by her, hook or crook, whatever, however, they are ready to go down the drain or whatever it is. But right now, with the fact that the palace is dealing with this affliction right now, humility is coming from everywhere. They are beginning to see a very serious reason to be humble, and that happens to be the reason why they came with that Erukere. Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Delaram. I bring you fresh and spicy gist from the source. It's still on the royals. How are you guys doing? I appreciate you guys so much. I love you. Share all my people. If you're yet to subscribe, kindly go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and do not forget to turn on the notification bell, and do not forget to give this video a thumbs up. Daylight, my daylight, my own people. Daylight, my daylight, my super people. Eshe o, adukpe o. They are saying this will be the very first time that Ebony's family would come up with this issue of bringing Erukere, okay? And this Erukere, they said they brought Erukere and other things to submit completely. They apologized for, that according to them, that is differences in opinion. They felt like, Ebony was going into pre, and so that was why they wanted Ebony to go and represent the husband rather than Blow. After all, they are all their daughters. Blow has been going to places and all of that, and they apologized that it was not because they were minimizing the authority of the great king. The Great Lion, as custodian of culture and tradition, understands the depth of this act. No family would dare present Erukere lightly, because it is not just a physical object, it is a covenant. Once Erukere is laid down, the family is born by the humility they have shown, and the king is called upon to show the divine part of his rule: mercy, forgiveness, restoration. This is why Ebony family chose that path. They knew what would not be enough. They had, spoken before. They had pleaded before. They had, even defended their daughter before. But everything had collapsed in the face of, this Aşųn or Okònkuñ, that affliction. They needed something higher than what, and that was why they decided to go with Erukere. Using the Erukere also works in a psychological way for the people of Ife, watching for the elders, for the other wives in the palace. It was a public admission that Ebony's family was saying openly that they had wronged the throne, that they were wrong to resist, the jewel's place, and that their daughter could not stand against the sacred order of the palace. It humbled them in front of everyone. Erukere made it impossible for them to later, Erukere will make it impossible for them to later deny or backtrack whatever that they have done. And when this was presented to the Great Lion, they say everybody was shocked. Like Eboni, a whole Eboni, the madam at the top herself. That is how humble the situation is right now. I'm going to bring you more update. Do not forget that these are all alleged, rumored, unverified information making the rounds on social media and shouldn't be seen as fact.